Okay, we're going to get into Triad open voicings. Open voicings meaning the notes are spread out over an octave or more than an octave actually. And there's space in between each note of the chord to fit more notes of the same chord. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. So the type of open voicing we're going to do is called raised 2, also known as drop 2. I like to do raised voicings because you typically build chords from the bottom up. So why not build chord voicings from the bottom up? So with raised 2, that means you're going to take the second note from the bottom and raise it up an octave. So from root position C major, you take that E note, move it up an octave to the higher E note. So then you're left with still root position C, G, and E. Between C and G, there's room for an E note, and between G and E, there's room for a C note. That's what they mean by open. Okay, then you go to first inversion. Take the middle note, second one from the bottom, which is G. Move that up an octave. And you have from low to high E, C, G, for still in first inversion. And for the second inversion, the second note from the bottom is C, so move that up an octave. Second note from the bottom is C, so move that up an octave. And then you're left with second inversion still, G, E, and C. Triad open voicings. Then you go to the fretboards and do the same basic thing. So here's root position. Take the middle note, move it up an octave, and you're left with that. Now that is pretty stretchy. It's not so bad when you're playing up in the higher positions on the guitar, but there's another way you can play it. You can take the middle note and move it to its unison here. Then you have something that's much more manageable. And that's how it's typically used, except for maybe the one Pat Metheny song. All right, you go to first inversion. Take the middle note, move it up an octave, and you're left with that. That's very playable. I'll take the second inversion, move the middle note out up an octave, which is the root note, and you're left with that. And there you have triad open voicing, specifically raised 2 voicing or drop 2 voicing, but we did the raise method for the examples. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at david@KnorrSchool.com. Knorr is spelled Knorr. And I have several books I published that you can access from the website that get into this in more detail.